with 2 balls of Be So Tender 100% organic cotton worsted weight and a size H 5mm crochet hook. This is colorway Daffodil, and for today's demonstration on how to get started, I'm going to show you with color Seafoam. Let's get started. You want to tie your yarn to your crochet hook. With whichever method you prefer, you can use a slip knot, a solid knot, whatever makes you the most comfortable. We'll be starting with a chain 43, which is a multiple of 8 plus 3. Meaning however wide you wanted your project, each one of these is a repeat, and this one happens to be 5 repeats, so we're doing a multiple of 5 times the 8 plus 3. So 5 times 8 is 40, plus 3 is 43. So if you wanted to modify, and the link in the free pattern that you can download on my website, when you follow that link, I explain how to modify if you were going to do this stitch pattern larger or narrower. So we start with a chain 43. And the first thing you want to do is double crochet into the 4th chain from your hook. We don't count the loop on our crochet hook, that's our working loop. So we're going to count back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So into that chain we're going to work a double crochet. Yarn over your hook, insert your hook in the specified chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now the 3 chains that we skipped counts as our first double crochet, and now we have a second double crochet worked into the 4th chain from our hook. The 3 skipped chains are the first double crochet. So now we're going to continue on with our row. We're going to chain 3. And by the way, this is now what we'll be repeating across the row. Those first 2 stitches don't count, or not that they don't count, they're not part of the repeat. So when you're following in the line-by-line instructions, there'll be an asterisk before this chain 3, and that means from that point on is what will be repeated. So we've done our chain 3. We're now going to skip the next 2 chains and single crochet into the next chain. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Single crochet complete. Chain 3, skip 2 chains, double crochet in the next chain. Double crochet into each of the next 2 chains as well. Okay, and so now this is what we'll be repeating across the row. We're going to repeat chain 3, skip 2 chains, single crochet, chain 3, skip 2 chains, 3 double crochets, just like that. On the last repeat, we're only going to work 2 double crochets into the end. And this is what the end of row 1 should look like. Row 2 begins with a chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work and single crochet into the top of the first double crochet at the beginning of the row, and single crochet into the next double crochet as well. Chain 5, then we're going to skip across the chains and the single crochet and just work 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 double crochets. Like that. And that's our repeat. We're going to chain 5 and 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 double crochets, and we're going to do that across the entire row. Okay, on the last repeat we only have 2 double crochets, so we'll work 1 single crochet into each of them, starting with the double crochet, and then the chain 3 that counted as a double crochet, you're going to work your single crochet in the top or the 3rd chain of it, because that's the portion that makes it the top of a double crochet. So we worked chain 5 and single crochet into each double crochet across the entire row. This is what the end of row 2 should look like. Row 3 begins with a chain 3 that counts as a double crochet. We're going to turn our work so that chain 3 counts as a first double crochet, so that counts over that first single. We're going to double crochet into the next single crochet. Chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 5 space, chain 3, and work 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 single crochets. Okay, so our repeat for working across this entire row is going to be chain 3, single crochet in the chain 5 space, chain 3, and 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 single crochets. You want to repeat that across the entire row. On the last repeat, we end with 1 double crochet into each of the last 2 single crochets. So we omitted the last double crochet on the last repeat. And this is what the end of row 3 should look like. For row 4, we repeat row 2. Chain 1, turn your work, 1 single crochet into each of the first 2 double crochets, chain 5, skip the chain space, the single crochet and the chain space, and work 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 double crochets. And that's what we will repeat all the way across row 4. On the last repeat, we omit the last single crochet and just do 2 single crochets. And this is what the end of row 4 should look like. On row 5, we start with a chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, turn our work, and work 1 double crochet into the next single crochet. Then, over the next chain 5 space, we're going to work 5 double crochets. Over the next 3 single crochets, we'll work 1 double crochet into each of them. So our repeat for this row is 5 double crochets over the chain 5 space and 1 double crochet each into the next 3 single crochets. You want to repeat this across the entire row. On the last repeat, we omit the last double crochet because there's only 2 stitches to work into, and this is now what the end of row 5 should look like. Rows 1 through 5 are the first half of our repeat, and we're going to be doing the exact same stitch pattern but offset, meaning where these columns are, they'll be worked over the lace panels, and where the lace panels are, they'll be worked over the columns. And I'll show you that on this one. You can see how this is going to be worked over here and this will be worked over there. So it's a 10-row repeat, but it's this 5 rows and then our next 5 rows, which is the same stitches but offset a little bit. So let's get started on row 6. Row 6 begins with a chain 1, turn our work, and single crochet into the first stitch. Chain 3, skip the next 2 stitches, and work 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. Chain 3, skip 2 stitches, single crochet in the next, chain 3, skip 2 stitches, and 1 double crochet into each of the next 3. Chain 3, skip 2 stitches, and single crochet in the next. And we're going to repeat this all the way across. The chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 3, single crochet is the repeat that we will repeat all the way across. This is what the end of row 6 should look like. Row 7 begins with a chain 5, which counts as a double crochet chain 2. The first 3 chains of the chain 5 is the double crochet portion, and the second 2 chains is the chain 2 portion. We're going to turn our work and work 1 single crochet over each of the next 3 double crochets. Chain 5, skip the next chain space, single crochet, chain space, and work 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 double crochets. Sorry, work 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 double crochets. Chain 5, skip the chain, single crochet, chain, and 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 doubles. and repeat this across. At the end, we're going to chain 2 and work a double crochet into the single crochet at the end of the row. And you'll notice that we ended with a chain 2 double crochet, which is exactly what our chain 5 space replicates at the beginning of the row. Remember I said the chain 5 counted as a double crochet chain 2? It was so that we could have the mirror of what we ended with, which was a chain 2 double crochet. This is what the end of row 7 should look like. Row 8 is a repeat of row 6. This is what the end of row 8 should look like. Row 9 is a repeat of row 7. This is what the end of row 9 should look like. Row 10 is a repeat of row 5 in the respect that we're going to start with the chain 3, turn our work, and work a double crochet into each stitch and a double crochet for each chain across. So in the next chain 2 space, we're going to work 2 double crochets. There's 3 single crochets, each one will get a double crochet. And then for the next chain 5 space, we'll do 5 double crochets. So you want an equivalent of 1 double crochet for each stitch and chain across. And this is what the end of row 10 should look like. For rows 11 through 70, repeat rows 1 through 10 6 more times. In video part 2, learn assembly and edging. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos.